first, we start off with the big earnings reports this week. Citigroup kicking things off today, ahead of names like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs out tomorrow. But we've got tech giants, Netflix and Microsoft both on deck, plus Dow laggard, United Health. So do you trade or fade these names going into their earnings report? We thought we'd kick off Monday strong with a game of trade it or fade it.
A Monday.
Right
out of the bat, trade it.
Right out of the gate. Netflix, Guy Adami, trade it or fade it.
Trade it, Mel. See that? You thought it was going to quiver.
I did think, yes.
Trade it. And I think we've been pretty steadfast on this. My concern prior to the last couple days, here's a stock that's gone from 250 to basically 380 in a straight line. But you know what? The sell-off of the last couple days has me somewhat encouraged. I think people are taking profits into the quarter. I think it's wrong. I think their international net adds will continue to dominate and impress people. All the competition talk, Disney, 2 or 3 years away. The Stranger Things, which I've never seen. Apparently everybody is watching now. I think the franchise is strong. Yes, they have a debt problem, but you know what? They have a huge moat. I think you buy Netflix, trade it into earnings, Melissa.
So, you know what? I'm actually right with you. I think that, But look at that. Were you concerned about the fact that it ran up? It only ran up to the top of the range that we've seen for the last year. So now we're in the middle of the range. I think you could actually get a bit of a reversal here, bouncing off a bunch of moving averages. The one thing I like about Netflix, if you think about what the concerns are in the world, a lot of investors out there thinking, okay, we might have a recession sometime in the next 12 or 18 months. What's the last thing you're going to cancel besides your phone? Your Netflix subscription, most likely. Plenty of other things go before that.
I'll go hungry before I cancel Netflix.
So I would the fact that this dog hunt, as the expression goes, meaning it's been sideways all year.
Yeah.
Now, relative performance is one of the most robust factors when looking at getting returns in a portfolio. The relative performance, the relative strength is disastrous.
But what about the chance for a breakout? We had good volume this week. It's
but it's stuck in the range. I mean, it'll obviously have to be this news item.
And it also stopped, though, Carter, to your point, though, but it also stopped right on its 100-day moving average, which is 362.15. So that, to me, looks a little bit encouraging. If it stops going down and doesn't break through to the other side, I think you have the ability.
What does that mean in this game?
You have the ability to bounce. So I would say trade it.
Right.
Sorry.
So
bring the bell for it.
Trade it. That would be green. Trade it.
I'm a fader.
So 3-1.
3-1.
Well, how come he didn't get the buzz when he said fade it? We got three.
I don't think he actually said. He didn't say the word.
He just said it just now.
Well, they should throw. They should.
Well, he'll get it.
Okay,
This is redemption for Carter here. This is his turn.
Okay.
Microsoft, all-time high today. Trade it or fade it,
Right.
Carter?
So just what we were sort of hearing earlier, is that a good thing or a bad thing, right? So the bull will say, hey, what's not to like? And the bear would say, well, great, well, how much is left? This is the most bulletproof stock there is in terms of its risk-adjusted returns, the limited drawdowns that's endured. I think it is a fade it because it's just too good.
I was going to trade it.
I know. I would have guessed trade
It was a head
I mean,
fake.
after the bulletproof.
It's better to do the head fade. You guys want to do the fade or trade right away, and then it's like, okay, we don't need to hear what you have.
Yeah, good point.
Might as well do a little bit of.
That's why he's.
I zoned out.
Yes.
Parthenon,
he's fading.
Right.
Oh, what do you say, BK?
So I'm actually a trade it, right? That's when you buy it. And it's primarily for everything that Carter didn't like, right? It's in an uptrend. It's got limited drawdowns. You've got very few reasons to sell this except for a major market sell-off. So if you're thinking that we're still going higher, then I think you can probably be in Microsoft and be all right.
Or you can think about, I'm going to say on this one, I would trade it. But the bear case, so I established that I would be a buyer of this, but the bear case is valuation and lower margins on where they're trying to get to. The cloud business, lower margins. So that to me is the headwind, but I would still be a trade.
So let's say today is Monday, as you mentioned earlier.
It is Monday.
July 15th.
Yes.
So they report on the 18th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's Thursday. So so it's like haiku. I got to do it on my fingers. So I'm not trying. Listen, I'm trying to play the game correctly. I think you trade it into earnings, pull the ripcord into earnings, and then fade it.
You mean
Why
like
is that? Everybody's got this 150 price target close
So like
to 139.
the day it reports, you sell?
Yeah, just pull the ripcord. I'm going to tell you something. The other reason to sell it, BK, begins with a V, valuation. 28 times forward earnings.
What are they going to say in earnings that's going to make it sell off?
I don't necessarily think it's what they're going to say.
Or just not going to be good enough?
It's not going to be good
By
enough.
the way, when did this become a $1 trillion company? I mean, we're all
Recently,
focused on Apple. We're all focused on Amazon. And this one just skates right past everyone.
It got dissed by us.
Right.
And
I mean,
MAGA.
We didn't do a whole
Dan's
show
MAGA,
on it. There was no
exactly.
trillion-dollar market cap, ringing the bell. There was
Wasn't
no
any bunting up in
no
front
thing
here.
we do for Bitcoin in the lower right. That whole thing.
Dan Nathan,
Yeah.
though, you know Dan.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
MAGA. That's the M in MAGA.
But I
I'm
think
in
Dan
MAGA.
would say faded at this point. I mean,
Sure he would.
I don't know.
He's not here.
Yeah.
Let's
Get
talk
him on the
for
fast line.
Yeah. He would hate it.
Anyway, can we move on? UNH, Brian Kelly, faded or traded?
Well, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of Carter's book and not tell you what I think until we look at what's
There we
going
go.
on.
because you don't remember. You don't remember.
Yeah.
I have to remember.
I got to decide right now.
I know, so take the camera off of me while I look at it. No, so I'm looking at this. In the beginning of the month, this stock was $240, right? We've now moved up almost 30 points, well over 10% move here. Any asset that moves up that much, and particularly a stock when the volatility is relatively low to that, to me, that's a fade, a faded. This is where you sell this one, not necessarily anything against the company, but it's just the price action.
See, this is exactly what I want Netflix to do. This has been dormant, and
Right.
because it's come to life, it's a trade it, meaning it's showing
Really?
us now.
After a 10% move?
Yeah, that's nothing. I mean, meaning the point is that this was lackluster, not performing, wasting time, and it's coming to life. The hope for Netflix is what makes it more appealing. Meaning momentum.
Potato, potato.
Guy.
Well, often we get off the desk and we walk over to the
Plasma.
smart board and we do the power pitch. And I know for a fact, categorically, this is one we've power pitched. It troughed valuation around 220 at 13 times, historically low for them. Their norm. They already said trade it before I even got saying trade it. I was
Because
trying
you
to buy
power
Carter's
pitched it.
worth.
I mean, fast.
And you do
pitched
trade it because it deserves
it.
at least an 18 multiple in this environment, if not higher. I'm with Carter Worth. I've been steadfast. I say trade it, Mel.
I want to go to JP Morgan now. Steve Grasso, this one's yours.
So think about JP Morgan. It's up 16% year to date. But what was the catalyst for financials? Regulation cuts and cuts in taxes, right? That, to me, that story's over.
How about a steepening yield curve at this point?
Is that going to happen?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's going to happen either, but all I
He's
know is
gonna
that
cut.
if
He's
you're
gonna
going to
cut.
buy
Two
if
years
you're going to
gonna
buy
go
a
down.
financial, you have a diversified financial with JP Morgan, but I would still be a fader. I think the best days are over for the financials.
Yeah, I'm a fader as well, and for
Fader.
many of the same reasons, right? I mean, let's look at what happened today with Citigroup. They had some okay earnings, right? But sales and trading was down. That's going to hurt JP Morgan. They're not maybe as globally diversified potentially. It's just, to me, it's already run up. Why am I getting involved in this? I'm a fader.
Fade it.
You must really hate it because you just said it straight out without
Yeah, I mean,
leading
you know,
up to some.
here's the thing. This is best in class, but it's priced accordingly. There are a lot of big banks trading at book. There's almost 2 times book. Yes, it has a higher ROE, but the truth is it's not going to deliver any results.
All right, we got a bonus round here.
Oh, I love it.
Bonus
It's like
round.
it's like the Jonas Brothers. There are like 3 of them, but then there's a
Bonus
young
Jonas?
one. He's called the. It's a
Not
bonus
really.
Jonas.
But anyway, our bonus round is Chewy, up 50% since its IPO. I'll go to you, BK, since you're a dog person.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. Remember Peter Lynch, who used to run the Fidelity Magellan Fund? He said, buy what you know. BK, and more importantly, Mrs. BK, spends a lot of money on Chewy, so you got to buy what you know. Actually, you take a look at the stock, it's pretty much traded sideways. I know we're saying it's up quite a bit, but it's pretty much traded sideways. I think any of the bad news, any of the weak hands have been shaken out of this, and now you've got repeat customers, subscription-based type of things, and right after Netflix, or actually right before Netflix, maybe after, I'm not sure which one, but you don't. It's not like in a recession you're going to stop feeding your dog.
But do you
watch
care where you
Netflix
buy the
and
stuff
feed your
from?
dog.
I mean,
Do
if
you
you're,
care?
if you're a Prime member, why wouldn't you just
Yeah.
buy all the stuff on
Because
Amazon?
they're a little bit cheaper and they have better
They're
products.
cheaper.
They have different. It's
They're
product
cheaper
differentiation.
than Amazon.
Yeah,
And you like the name.
I do like the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a dog person.
I have 3 dogs.
Right, you're
That's
super
amazing,
dog
right? I have as
person.
many kids as I have dogs. I mean, that's not common, I don't think. So I think I'm somewhat of an expert in both. And I'm sort of in the BK. I mean, I understand that Amazon can disrupt them, but you know what they have? They have customer service that's unparalleled. They write you little notes about
online,
your dog.
though. It's all
I'm
online.
just saying.
But it's all
I think
online.
they're going to surprise people on the upside in
There you
earnings
go.
on the
I
18th.
like that dog person.
Fade it. For me, I would actually, this is the one company that I wish had a brick and mortar. Because if you can go in there, that separates it from an Amazon. If you can get some sort of professionalism and understand what the hell's going on with your dog when he throws up on your rug, how many times
that's
that
Not a vet.
Not my dog. My dogs. No, they
I
don't
think they
drink.
know that, though. Or they make it up, right?
Make it up, right?
That's what I've seen you do that on air.
Gosh.
Throw up.
You take the pick.